Hello, welcome in, Jerome's. We are back. We are in this chair, and we're not moving. We're not leaving until like February. So we're tan, we're rested, ready to go. And even though we left for like just like a handful of days, the world completely melted down. So we're here this morning to recap what has been going on with the Vikings as of right now. So by the time you're watching this, we're recording this on Wednesday night. Some other things may have happened, but as of right now, here's what's going on. So Zimmer, we're here for the Zimmer Extension through 2023. I think it makes sense from the Vikings perspective because you got Zimmer, won a big-time playoff game last year on the road. Could have done something a little bit better against the Niners, but you know, I think the Wilfs do want stability. They didn't have it with Brad Childress. They didn't have it with Leslie Frazier. Third time seems to be the charm. Also, I think that the pairing between him and Spielman, it's worked out pretty well. It's really tough in the NFL to be good. Consistently year in, year out, the Vikings have done that since 2014. 2 division titles, NFC playoff game, or 2 playoff wins, NFC title game appearance, blah, blah, blah. Now, Zimmer is a good coach. The question is, can he be great? I think that with that extension, big-time extension, not a Band-Aid extension like last year, those expectations are ramped up. So now, I mean, the Wilfs, they're trophy hunting. They're Super Bowl Jerome Barty trophy hunting as well they should be. So Zimmer coming in, he does have a chance to oversee this soft reboot, rebuild that defense, get things together on offense, and also the fact that he's got Gary Kubiak on offense, essentially head coach of the offense. Super Bowl winning head coach of the offense, Gary Kubiak, who's the only Super Bowl winning head coach who's ever served as a coordinator, which is amazing. And then also the fact that he's not going anywhere. I feel like Kubiak, he doesn't want to leave for another job, so he doesn't have that problem, like Shermer or John DiFilippo. Or, that if Norv didn't get fired and actually did well, he would have gone after a 4th head coaching job. Shame me once, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, damn it, got that wrong. I screwed that up worse than W, but whatever. Next up, Dalvin Cook reports to the camp. Oh, by the way, the graphic of Dalvin, I understand that it's flipped mirror. The numbers are backwards, but I just like him looking up and being just like, huh. I like it. All right, so Dalvin Cook reports to camp like he had to. Per the new CBA, basically cannot hold out, otherwise you don't get credit for the season. But even though he had no choice, and maybe his agent was just misinformed or just like talking off the cuff, sign of good faith. Certainly could be. Maybe they do get something done. I think Zimmer's talked about that he does want Dalvin extended. Also, Dalvin's going to be named a captain according to Zimmer this year. So 4 captains on offense. Unless he strips the C from Riley Reef, which I think would be hilarious. Then also, maybe an extension doesn't get done with the salary cap situation ahead to 2021. I think that just adds to the list of concerns with Dalvin, the price point as well as the health. Even though Rick Spielman has talked about that he does like re-signing his own guys because obviously it looks great on him. Oh, look at all my draft picks getting second deals with this team. Ha 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 ha. So, I don't know. I think it could be a spot where just because of the situation with the coronavirus as well as the salary cap in 2021, that Dalvin will have to play out 2020 on his existing deal, see what happens next offseason. Maybe the Vikings let him walk. Maybe they extend him then. Maybe they give him the franchise tag. I don't know. A lot going on. Speaking of going on, so first-round pick Justin Jefferson as well as Afadio Denebo and 6 other Vikings are on the COVID reserve list. Sorry. 5 other Vikings. I can count. Really, really good at counting. So, Justin Jefferson, Afadio Denebo, Oli Udoh, second-round pick, second year pro, 6th-round pick out of Elon. Cameron Smith, the former 5th-round linebacker. Blake Brandell, the 6th-round tackle from Oregon State. Brian Cole, the 7th-round pick, safety cornerback from Mississippi State, as well as Tyler Higbee, the UDFA offensive lineman from Michigan State. But also, randomly, it does get the Vikings under the 80-man threshold. It takes them down to 79 if you include Michael Pierce opting out. But here's the thing. When it was reported, it was like, everyone's clutching their pearls and blah, blah, blah. But players will test positive. This ain't the end of it. And frankly, if you look at MLB, the Marlins are having issues. They had to cancel a couple of games there. And I think that there will be Oh, hell, Sugarman got the Rona. The guy who was in charge of people not getting the Rona got the Rona. So it is going to happen. Even if you take all the precautions in the world, which I'm sure Eric Sugarman did, no one would know better than him. So I think that you gotta buckle up. You have to be ready. And also, I mean, it's not necessarily the end of the world. I mean, experts estimate anywhere from 40 to 50 million Americans may already have it, but don't know about it. There's probably, they put in a factor of 10x of number of positive cases versus people who either have tested negative because it already passed through, maybe they didn't have an antibody test, or have had it, do have it, asymptomatic, didn't get the test, didn't want to take a test from someone else, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, this virus does have an extremely high survivability rate as well as asymptomatic rate. Plus professional athletes are young, in shape, and are going to be in one of the least vulnerable demographics. So, but again, get ready. I mean, as this goes along, key players will be taken off the field and into quarantine if they do pop hot. I mean, on the eve of the Super Bowl, both Patrick Mahomes, part owner of the Kansas City Royals, as well as Kirk Cousins, they both test positive and are quarantined for the Super Bowl. Hey, bring on the old Matt Moore versus Sean Mannion Super Bowl. Woo! Good times. It's going to get all the eyeballs on that game. It's going to be great. Plus, it'll be in March because the season will be delayed, but yeah, whatever. Also, lastly, oh, God, there's so much going on. I forgot even Sugarman, testing positive, which... the guy who is in charge of people not getting the Rona test positive for the Rona, I think it just shows that this is going to be a very uphill battle. No matter how many policies and procedures you put into place, players will get it. It will spread. You look at the cities and the areas that are heavily masked and the ones that have the strictest social distancing policies in place. I mean, they're the ones that are getting hit the hardest because there's really nothing you can do. No. All right, so lastly, Michael Pierce opting out of the season, citing asthma concerns. He was the Vikings' crown jewel of their free agent class. 3 years, $27 million deal. Now, his contract does toll, so now it's 2021 through 2023. He does earn $350K this season as a high-risk opt-out. And in terms of the salary cap, now, it will count for what has already been accrued. So $6 million sign-in bonus, prorate that over 3 years. So $2 million dead against the cap. Now it's still TBD if that stipend is going to count against the cap. So it could be $2 million, it could be $2.35 million. I'm good at math. So the Vikings actually do save a couple million in cap space. I think Pierce was due to count like $5 million and change, but the video we talked about last night, it's less about dollars and cents. It's more about the product on the field because, it's going to be tough because Pierce was going to be a big piece of that rebuilt Zimmer Hellfire defense. So now I think it will take a village since, bringing guys in from other camps in a trade or signing players off the street in free agency, that's going to be a lot tougher this year. It will. So I think that it will take a bit of Jaleel Johnson year 4, Shamar Steffen, the big fundamental, Armon Watts year 2, finally getting the time of day. I think all that will have to combine to be just like a sweet gumbo to replace Michael Pierce, which, it's going to happen. So that is the recap of the Vikings news that we missed as of right now. What are your thoughts on our thoughts? Let us know in the comments section below. You know what to do. Skull, production value.